leiden, de jeugdclub van Red Flame Cassandra Misipo, die hier aanwezig is. Bonjour à tous, bienvenue. Nous sommes ici aujourd'hui pour l'annonce de la sélection pour l'Euro qui commence début juillet en Suisse, mais aussi pour lancer notre campagne pour les Red Flames, Fuel the Flames. De coach zal iets meer vertellen over die campagne, dus ik laat haar meteen aan het woord. Coach, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I pretend like I understand everything you said. So, first and foremost, I'm really happy and honored to be here at Aseterheide, where Cassie grew up as a football player. I thought about it when driving here through the neighborhood and all the small roads, and certainly finding a football pitch that tells you so much about how our players grow up and where we find them from the beginning. And small clubs, this is, from what I hear, a typical Belgian smaller club where our Flames and Devils are growing up and becoming our future stars. This is very important for us, and I will come back to it when I talk about the campaign that we are launching today, which is about highlighting the clubs and giving them extra things from us, because those clubs and the youth team coaches that are working with our youth players are so important for us. The campaign, Fuel the Flames, is a campaign where we have spotlight on the clubs. We want to thank them for also embracing the girls in football. It wasn't always given, if we look back in years, that girls could play football. And we know that that has been changing over the years, and more girls are starting to play football. And sometimes we have coincidences. I was speaking to Cassie before, and she was telling me that she lived just behind the football club, or behind the football field that we have in front of us. So I asked her if she thought she would have started to play football if she didn't have seen the field almost from her window, and she said probably not. So I think the campaign is really important to open eyes for more girls, that they can dream big. And I really believe in dreaming big, and I know my players do as well. Otherwise, we would not be heading towards a big tournament with Belgium in focus. And I'm really proud and honored to be here today and get the opportunity of selecting 23 players for a big tournament like the Euros. This campaign is also to inspire, and not just talking about the clubs that are behind the players. It's also about the people around the players, parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, their partners, and the youth team coaches. We want to thank them, and we want to highlight them as well in the campaign, and you will see it in both a video that we will show later and also in social media in the coming weeks towards the Euros. Women's football, as we have all noticed, has been evolving a lot over the years, and it's not just the growth of the women's football when it comes to the amount of players that start to play in youth teams. It has also to do with interest and the quality. I think the quality of the football is becoming so much better. And as soon as I started my job here a few months ago for the federation, I also saw something that made me really happy, that the Red Flames are in focus at the federation and getting the best opportunities to go out and perform in competitions, and that's also one of the reasons why we are heading towards a big tournament like the Euros. Also, funding has changed, so when we talk about partnership and the money coming into the women's football, that has also been changing a lot over the years. And 10, 15, 20 years ago, I think all of us involved in the women's football were disappointed with not getting good enough fundings to be able to perform on a big stage like we're doing now. We have one of our biggest partners with us today. I'm going to try to say it in Flemish, ING, that is highly involved in this campaign that we are launching today. And we are very grateful for the support that we are having from them and other partners, of course. But even if we're getting fundings and we're getting bigger interest from the outside, it's also up to us. I always talk about a product, and it's selling out stadium is about marketing, but it's not only about marketing, it's also about the product itself. And the product itself is the football that we perform. And I always say to my players in every camp that we have together that we create that hype as well. We can involve fans, media, and everyone around it to feel a part of our journey. And I'm really proud of my players, seeing how passionate they are to bring people together when we play our games. And we could see that when beating England at home 3-2, that I felt that we had fans in the stadium that were really proud of us, and they stayed for a long time to cheer with us and celebrate the victory over one of the biggest nations in the women's football across the world. And then the next game against Spain, we have a sold-out stadium, and I think that's a combination of good marketing from the federation, support from partners highlighting us, but also ourselves making the product a little bit better, performing out on green grass and making the fans and media a part of our journey. I'm not really here just to speak to you for hours. It's about selecting 23 players for the Euros, but also telling you what 5 players we have as our reserves and will be training with us through June till we leave for Switzerland. I'm not going to read the names directly. First, we're going to look at the video, so I think we should just press play and see a really inspiring and a nice video with our players.
Willard kan die afmaken, Willard! Ja! De Flames doen wat ze moeten doen.
Hey Mariam, het is mama hier. Je bent goed bezig, dus zo verder. Dat gaat een geweldig EK worden.
Amber, met uw kwaliteiten ga je dat fantastisch doen op het EK.
Hey Jules, ik wil gewoon één ding zeggen. Go get him, we're Belgian.
Bonjour Lisa, je te souhaite vraiment de faire un magnifique Euro et faites-nous vibrer.
Je werd lang het enige meisje in de jongensploeg. Toch kreeg je altijd respect. Ik ben toch zo ontzettend fier op je.
Hey Sari.
Ja, ik denk dat jij een grote inspiratiebron bent voor heel veel jonge meisjes. Ik wens je heel veel succes.
Jullie gaan dat sowieso knallen daar. Alles geven.
Blijf jezelf.
Let's fucking go.
So, Coach, we have seen 23 names, but can you repeat them for us, please?
Yes, we have 3 goalkeepers in Femke Bastian, Nikki Everard, and Lisa Lichtfuss. Then we have defenders, Janet Gaiman, Laura Delose, Isabel Eliano, Jill Janssens, Sari Kees, Xenia Martens, Davina Pilchens, and Amber Cisiak. Then we have midfielders in Tine de Cagny, Marie de Troyer, Elena Dont, Cassandra Missipo, Janne Toilings, Justine van Hevemet, and Sarah Winjens. Then we have forwards in Jasina Blom, Hanna Erlings, Mariam Toloba, Ella van Kerkhoven, and Tessa Woolert.
And we have 5 extra players.
Yes, like I said before, we will be training, gathering already tomorrow with the kickoff with the players, and then we will be training through June till we leave for Switzerland, and the 5 extra players training with us will be Nia Elin, Lori Jacobs, Jasmine Mattis, Lisa Petri, and Luna Manser.
Thank you. Y a-t-il des questions? Zijn er vragen voor de coach? Dan gaan we jullie de micro aangeven. Y a-t-il des questions? Alors on vous passe le micro. Pas de questions? Geen enkele vraag? Ja, oui.
Hello, coach. Does it work? Yes. You choose to keep the group more or less the same as the group that you had in the Nations League. Is this to keep the flow going that you acquired there?
The most important thing for me is to pick 23 players that I think are the best in the moment to perform for Belgium, and those are the 23 players that I've seen both in training and playing games and are performing best in the moment.
Autre question, andere vragen? Ja, Bart, je mocht doorgeven. Ja.
They are all fit and well at the moment. There are no injury concerns.
I think you never have a full squad fit and 100%. So we have some minor injuries on some players, but nothing to be worried about. And when we made the selection of the 23 players, of course, we made sure that we were selecting players that we believe will be fully fit for the Euros. Yes.
Ja.
Hi, Coach. Can you explain us how happy are you with the performance of the players in the last, let's say, 2 or 3 months, not only with the national team, but also at their clubs?
Yeah, it's been, first and foremost, it's been inspiring for me to walk into this environment as a new coach. I've seen a lot of games with the players in different leagues and across different countries, and visited many of them also to see where they're training and see their environment, where they are developing for us. I've had 3 camps with the players, so we have played 6 games, very challenging games, where we are playing against the best nations in Europe. And I think that has been amazing for us, because it has given me really good benchmark of where we stand when it comes to the best nations. And like I said before, I believe in big dreams, and what I love about this group is that they do too. They want to develop, they want to become better every day that we are together, and they're pushing the limits, I can promise you, every day when we're together. And the performances in the last weeks have been, of course, good and less good. But after losing the first 3 games and not maybe seeing the light in the tunnel easily to survive in the Nations League, and then doing it, has told us a lot about what this group is capable of doing. I think the mentality has become really good. They're supporting each other very well. And if we look at the game against Portugal, where we start off pretty slowly and we didn't really see the results 3-0 coming, if we look at the first 25 minutes, but how we work our ways into the game and create on our own a really good performance and good team spirit and finish the game really well, gives me a really good feeling for the group.
Andere vragen, autre question? Oui.
Coach, did you hesitate for a name or 2 names?
Of course, you always hesitate somewhere. There are a lot of players that I've seen that have performed so well. And I can tell you, when I decided to coach a national team, it was my only anxiety moment, where I really felt that it's difficult to lead a nation and you're picking the 23 best players to perform for your nation, and you will always break somebody's heart when they're not selected. And as a coach, you suffer when you do that. But there was no big hesitation. I think the 23 players that are selected are the best 23 players in this moment, and I will always follow my heart when it comes to that.
Ja, Bart.
If we can already look forward to the Euros, I think we should do, of course, with the selection. what is the aim? Because last time we went all the way to the quarterfinals. So is this also now the minimum we have to expect?
Yeah, I think I've answered this question about expectations a few times since I started, and I don't like to talk about expectations because I don't have expectations. A few years ago, I just stopped using that word in that terms of when it comes to goals and results, because often you just get disappointed with your expectations, or you get overhyped because you almost never end up with your expectations. But it's different to talk about dreams and beliefs, and that's something that I will specifically talk to my team about, and not in media. It's a bit boring as a coach to come in a press conference and say that you want to talk about the performance one game at a time, but that's really my cliche. And I think through the Nations League, we never spoke about anything else than the game that was ahead of us. And we had really good focus on ourselves and our own performances. And I think that's why we also managed to get good results in the end and get ourselves the chance to play playoffs to stay in the Nations League. Now we can leave the Nations League and speak about that later and have all focus on the Euros. We have a group with Italy, Spain, and Portugal. 100% focus on Italy, only Italy. We know that a good start in the Euros will help us as much as possible to get through from the group. Belgium took themselves to the quarterfinals last Euros, so I would be really surprised if my players are not aiming for the same. We want to get as far as possible, but we have to be focused on the moment, and that's Italy.
Yes. Andere vragen nog? D'autres questions? Zoals er net uitgelegd, ze hebben niet toevallig in Assen te rijden. Dat is de jeugdclub van Cassimi Sipo. En zij is hier vandaag aanwezig ook een beetje te vertellen hoe zij het beleefd heeft doorheen haar carrière en wie belangrijk was voor haar. Dus ik ga vragen aan Cassie om erbij te komen zitten. Dag Cassie, goedemorgen.
Oeps. Ja, ik moet zeggen, ik heb een beetje verschillende emoties. Omdat ten eerste een selectie zo te weten komen is wel uniek. En dan nog bij mijn eerste club. Dus mijn hart gaat eigenlijk heel hard, moet ik zeggen. Maar zoals Betta ook al had gezegd, ik had ook haar een stukje over het verhaal verteld, dat het eigenlijk is begonnen gewoon in mijn kamer. Dat eigenlijk nu verstopt is door heel veel bossen. Maar in die tijd kon ik vanuit mijn kamer eigenlijk gewoon op dit veld kijken, op het hoofdveld, waar de Asseterheide altijd hun wedstrijden had. En ik moet zeggen, ik voetbalde altijd overal, maar ik droomde wel altijd om hier te voetballen. En ik heb denk ik altijd aan mijn mama gezegd, ja, ik wil voetballen en voetballen. En ik denk dat mijn mama altijd zegt van, nee, waarom moet zij nu voetballen? Omdat ja, in die tijd, en dat ik dat moet zeggen, ik ben al zo precies oud geworden, maar om te zeggen dat in die tijd dat er toch nog niet veel meisjes waren die toen voetbalden. Maar ik toen al droomde om te blijven voetballen. En dan ben ik hier beland. Ben ik met mijn mama op wandelstap naar hier gewandeld. En hebben gewoon gevraagd, ja, kan eigenlijk Cassandra hier komen voetballen? En dat hebben ze geen nee op gezegd. Het enigste was dat ik toen nog 1 jaartje te jong was. Dus dat ik het jaartje nadien moest terugkomen. En dat heb ik ook gedaan. Weer op wandelafstand teruggekomen. En dan mocht ik aansluiten bij mijn nieuwe club. En sindsdien is het niet gestopt. En ja, ik moet zeggen dat ik nooit heb gedacht dat ik eigenlijk zoveel jaren later hier ga komen met zoveel mensen, de media, pratende naar mijn volgend EK, waar ik zal staan met ook heel veel andere topspeelsters, met een goede coach, met een goede omgeving. En gewoon ook om aan te halen waar de campagne dan ook over gaat, dat het zo belangrijk is. Ik praat dan over mijn mama, die ik eigenlijk ook in de video had gezien. En het is waar, wat ze ook allemaal zegt. Ik heb altijd respect gehad van de jongens waar ik heb meegevoetbald, de club waar ik heb meegevoetbald, mijn mama zelf, mijn omgeving, mijn familie. En dat is heel belangrijk, want ik denk zonder hun had ik nooit zo ver mogen dromen. Of moet ik zeggen, is het cliché, maar had ik misschien nooit meer zo ver gestaan. En dat is eigenlijk ook gewoon een mooi verhaal. Ik ben misschien een van de vele voorbeelden van meisjes die hebben blijven dromen en in geloven, met de juiste omgeving, met de juiste mensen, maar ook met de juiste mentaliteit om te blijven doorgaan, om te geraken waar dat je bent. Ja, ik moet zeggen, ik ben wel heel emotioneel, moet ik zeggen, want het is wel een speciale dag vandaag. En het is een beetje veel met alles wat er rond is. Maar ja, ik hoop dat heel veel meisjes en ook scholen, clubs hier een voorbeeld aan nemen. Aan de Red Flames, aan gewoon heel veel verhalen. Om niet op te geven aan meisjes die talent hebben en willen blijven gaan voor wat ze willen.
Ja. On a déjà beaucoup parlé du club, de ta maman, mais aussi, il nous faut aussi les fans pendant l'Euro.
Ouais, les fans sont vraiment importants. On l'a déjà vu pendant les autres matchs aussi à Leuven. L'ambiance qu'eux peuvent donner. En flamand, on dit le deuxième homme. Je ne sais pas si on dit ça comme ça en français, mais vous le comprenez que c'est important qu'on a les fans, qu'on a l'énergie, que les stades qui sont pleins, on a besoin. Ça donne l'énergie, ça donne qu'on gagne des matchs. Et ça, c'est le foot. Ici, on ne voit pas beaucoup de gens, mais imagine qu'il y a beaucoup de fans et qu'il y a un match qui arrive. Ça donne beaucoup d'émotions, ça donne beaucoup d'histoire. Alors, comme Marie a dit, c'est aussi important, les fans.
Voilà, c'est pour ça pourquoi la campagne s'appelle Fuel the Flames. Voilà. Merci, Cassie. Y a-t-il des questions? Zijn er vragen voor Cassie? Zijn er straks ook nog tijd voor? Ja, Bart. Ja. Wacht, de micro.
Tot hoe lang heb je hier dan gevoetbald, Cassie?
Ja, ik heb het nog moeten navragen aan mijn mama, maar het is 4 jaar. Dus van mijn 6 tot 10 ongeveer. En daarna werd ik hier gescout door TK Meldert. Omdat ze talent hebben in mij gezien. Ik moet zeggen, toen ik hier kwam was het ook vooral een hobby. Vooral iets van mij heel veel energie mij los te laten. Omdat ik veel voetbalde op school en hier. Dus om te denken dat ik uiteindelijk dan gescout kan worden en dan zo stap per stap ergens geraak waar ik nu ben, had ik nooit gedacht. Had ik altijd wel gehoopt, maar nooit gedacht dat ik het zo ver geschopt heb.
Andere vraag, autre question? Er is straks ook nog tijd voor individuele interviews. Geen vragen meer, plus de question. Dan rest er mij enkel om jullie te bedanken voor jullie komst. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.